we at Juvenile Law Center think the most important thing to do is to discuss the issue with family, with community, with schools, and we just urge any members of the law enforcement or legislative community to really consider the full-scale ramifications of any actions on this issue, because the Juvenile Law Center, as we described, is really in the position of educating those who take these initiatives about the juvenile justice system, which is very unique from the adult criminal system and has a lot of consequences and factors and circumstances that are different. And our role, we see it as really protecting kids and making sure that these systems don't do more harm than good. So we really urge legislatures and law enforcement officers to consider the fact that, for instance, the powerful discretion that exists in district attorneys like Skumanik in the one court case that we've been talking about in Wyoming County, who everyone agrees was outside of any reasonable realm of prosecution for these sexting pictures, and the incredible discretion in juvenile court judges like Chivarella, who was not so far from here in Luzerne County and was, of course, at the center of the judicial corruption scandal that is still at issue. So we need to be very careful, very vigilant, and really narrow in the way that we address these issues so that we can provide guidance to the district attorneys and to the judges for any kids that do come into the system, so that, for instance, other states are considering legislation that provides that there will be no placement outside of the home for any youth who's charged with any kind of sexting offense. And that's in contrast to the bill that the representatives have been talking about in Pennsylvania's legislature, which only prohibits secure detention. So that would leave open an option for a judge to place a kid outside of home in a non-secure facility. That's an option because juvenile court judges have a lot of discretion in this area. Also, we encourage legislatures to consider the continuum that was placed up above about the consensual sexting scenarios, where it is really just between, say, a boyfriend and girlfriend who are exploring their sexuality, and, to focus instead on the harassment or the wide dissemination beyond those kind of consensual scenarios and partners. So we just, again, thank you so much for having us, and thank you for talking about the issue, because it's through talking and discussing all of the factors that will really get to the heart of what's best for the kids.